I'm Fabian and I'm the general manager at Mereton Textiles here. I generally take care of the digital print side of production, all the profile, color management, and that aspect of Mereton.
And I'm Joe. I'm the managing director of Mereton Textiles, and I take care of everything else. Basically, I take care of production, whilst Fabian, as you mentioned, takes care of all the digital aspect of our business. So and Mereton Textiles is fundamentally a textile printer, specialising in the areas of soft furnishings, swimwear, and fashion as well to a certain degree, which TRAPIS is now going to open up more of a door on with fashion. Yeah. No, pretty much B2B. We don't have salespeople. Yep. So pretty much we rely on our recurring business, repetitive business, as word of mouth business.
Website, social media, pushes like TRAPIS and new technologies. Allow us to get out there in the industry and a lot of people to learn our name from the things that we invest in as well. Well, the uniqueness of TRAPIS in the industry, obviously us being the first in Australia to have the technology, is definitely a marketing push at its finest as well, because we are the only ones that have it, and then it allows us to do things that other people can't do with the TRAPIS machinery.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. I think because mainly the TRAPIS system itself is a clean system, okay? It doesn't require pre-coating or any form of after-coating as well. So for us, it was more of a, can we take this to be like a sublimation process, where the TRAPIS system is printed onto the paper, then running through the heat press. It was pretty much a no-brainer to the fact that we're just after a clean process. That's where we all need to be moving forward. And there's no steaming, there's no washing, there's no added liquids to it.
Yeah, TRAPIS was really the forefront of the eco-conscious push.
So like the catalyst.
It was the thing that made us say, hey, Mimaki with TRAPIS is taking the initiative to push forward more sustainable ways of printing and sourcing sustainable inks and papers and process in general. Let's take that same eco stance and push it across all our Mereton's range, whether it's our fabric supplier or our ink suppliers for our sublimation processes. We've pushed all of them to give us certifications, and we've managed to do that now, and I would attest that all to initiating with TRAPIS.
What did you say a while ago, that it's really a responsibility on all of us to do our part? Mimaki's done theirs, we'll do ours, and our clients will do theirs.
And we'll push that same responsibility onto our suppliers. And then the circle will hopefully keep revolving until everyone is looking for a sustainable future.
Yeah, well, I mean, as a company, we always want to be as sustainable as we possibly can. Now, the TRAPIS system itself is highly sustainable when we compare it to other forms of printing in the industry. And as a company, we're just moving towards those directions where everything is cleaner, more energy efficient, and safer for the environment. The integration of TRAPIS into our business is a pretty smooth transition once we figured out all the kinks in the system, because it is a two-step process. There's two parts to it. Right. From Mimaki's perspective, the installation of the machine, the installers came out nice and simple, was handled by Mimaki, didn't really need us for anything. We pulled the machine off the truck, put it in there, Mimaki takes care of the rest. Nice. As far as it goes for the setup of it, that comes down to us with profiling and setting it up within the business itself.
100%. I would never have gone any further if Fabian wasn't taking it to that next step, because you need a different kind of mindset. I'm a very, yes, sure, I'm a risk taker. I'll gamble it. I mean, after all, we did all this even without proper sampling. But it's more, my wife and I, which is Bindi, the part owner, will do all the risks. But Fabian's the one that does the whole intricacies. Where it came into play was when I asked Mimaki, what's the current value of the machine that we already have running? They mentioned that it's discontinued. Why don't we look at this TRAPIS? So whilst we knew about it, we weren't looking into it yet until we now had to. and look at the options. But then as we delved into it, and I spoke to Fabian, I'm like, this is a bit of a different system. What are your thoughts? And he says, as far as it goes for the redundancy, for the flexibility, for the profile, I think it might be a doable system. So then I inquired more with Mimaki and said, look, what is it? How does it work? And then from there, it was pretty vague in the industry because it's all new. So it's not like you can go down to the corner store and say, how's this TRAPIS working out for you? So it was more that front, and it was very hard to get a finished product as a sample because it's all new for everyone. Yeah. So it came about because, yes, I did. So to answer your question, we didn't always think about TRAPIS because we didn't really know about TRAPIS. TRAPIS came to us because we had no alternative if we wanted to look for our next gen machine. So that's where it came into play. Okay, well, the print quality from when Fabian first started profiling it, and without having the second machinery to complement, the TRAPIS, print quality is great, but we couldn't test it yet. Right. It's not the kind of thing that you can do on a hand press either. You have to have, the secondary calendar machine to suit it. So it's only been 2 days now that's been fully operational. And I've got to say, the quality is good. It's pretty much what they said it would be. So there's no rocket science to it.
No, not really. I mean, the machine itself prints beautifully on the paper that we print to on it. And then the other side of it is the transferring side of it, which again, transfers beautifully from all the tests that we've done.
One of the beauties about when you look at the environmental factor as well, when we're printing now, we're printing onto paper. We're not printing directly onto fabric. So any errors or mistake, it's a paper that gets recycled that we no longer use, as opposed to when there's a mistake on direct to the fabric, that fabric now is no longer usable. No. So it's not just from an ink perspective that we're getting that green factor, but also from a mistake or an issue or a fault perspective. We're no longer discarding any fabric as the fault, it's more the paper. So just another thing that's another added bonus to the whole process for us.
I mean, when you compare TRAPIS to our already implemented natural printing process, the colours are at least 50% brighter. The penetration on the fabric is better. The overall appearance it's got more life to it. It's no longer in the fabric, it is the fabric. And I think that'll really resonate to a lot of customers as well, especially when they come from sublimation, which has surreal colours as a proper process. We're bridging that gap and closing that gap with TRAPIS to get those colours closer together. When we're printing samples in comparison to each other, then they're now comparable. You don't look at it anymore and say that it is duller. It's not. It's just different. But it's the way TRAPIS is printing is beautiful.
Yeah, and that's got to give you more confidence, right?
It'll give us more confidence, give the customer more confidence in the fact of what they're seeing and what they want to envision on their product. It's gonna come out that way.
It will.
Because of the TRAPIS versatility, it does allow us to expand our product range. Previously limited to respectable weight cottons and linens, and now just opens the doors to other products that previously haven't been able to be printed directly to with our old system. TRAPIS allows us to print to virtually anything we want.
That's great. In terms of recommendation, purely from a performance and result basis, would you recommend it to other businesses purely on that basis?
Purely on that basis?
Well, the innovation, the results based, and
yes. Yeah. Okay, so from a machine perspective and what it can do, and the cleaner fact that it is for the environment, all those bells and whistles, yes. Selfishly, no. I don't want anyone else to have it, but we have to all clean up our act and all do our bit. Okay, so yes, I mean, to me, the TRAPIS system is the system for natural printing moving forward, irrespective. I believe it surpasses acid or reactive printing, okay? It eliminates, like I mentioned before, all the post and the pre-coatings and so forth. So, yes.
If you were if you were to start up and to get into natural printing, you wouldn't look at acid, you wouldn't look at reactive.
No.
And I don't see why you would look at any other pigment process. It is the process that you would be looking for.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys.
Our pleasure.
We
But
did
don't
it.
look for it.